I not understand. We are here to our third lesson. And yes, it's not possible to understand this. Guys, there's a big problem using not alone. You see, I not understand this. Is it present? Past? Future? I don't know what the tense that you are using. So in this case, she not like shrimp is also incorrect. They not know me. This is also incorrect. All right, so I'll not even ask you to repeat these examples because they are definitely not the right way to make negatives. We need one very important element, the auxiliary verb, in all of those examples. So if it is simple tense, and if it is present simple, if it is simple present tense, the auxiliary verb is do. And let's see how the examples become correct. These ones I would like you to repeat after me. Please repeat. I don't understand this. She doesn't like shrimp. Your turn. Oh, very good. So you see doesn't. Because it's she, I'm using doesn't. All right? They don't know me. Repeat. Whew. So now we are using the correct auxiliary verb for each of the examples. I understand that this is in the present and I understand this is simple present. Let's go back. If I don't use any auxiliary verbs, I don't know in what time, in what tense we are talking. And I not understand this. Whew. Let's see what happens if we change the auxiliary verb for didn't. Yeah, in this case, it's the past simple tense. Repeat this, please. I didn't understand this. Repeat. So we know that you didn't understand this in the past because you are using didn't. You see, understand, understand. In the present, in the past, the action verb was not modified. What really changed was simply the auxiliary verb. You see how the auxiliary verbs are important? Let's see the other examples in the past. She didn't like shrimp. Repeat. Okay, in the past, she didn't like shrimp. Again. Excellent. In the last example, they didn't know me. Repeat. They didn't. Practice that pronunciation. They didn't. They didn't know me. Ooh, excellent. Yeah, you sound much more natural. Whew, amazing. Let's go to the next way of using auxiliary verbs. In this case, it's simple future tense because I'm using will not, or better saying won't. In the contracted form, won't. All right? Repeat. I won't understand this. In the future, I won't understand this. Now, next example, repeat. She won't like shrimp. Okay, probably if you don't know this word, you've been wondering, what is shrimp? Go ahead and Google some images. Yeah, you can safely do that. Search for shrimp on Google Images and you have your answer to what shrimp is. Repeat. They won't know me. Okay, they won't know me. In this case, I imagine they will not recognize me. Okay, they will not remember my name or something like that, something of the sort. So you see, this was the problem. Let's go back here. This was the problem of using not alone. We need the auxiliary verbs to make negatives just as much as we need them to make questions in English. They are so important. Yeah. Now let's see the structure for using them, for using the auxiliary verbs in the correct way in simple tenses. The most important is that now the auxiliary verb is after the subject. Remember that in the questions in the previous lesson, if you haven't watched the previous lesson, pause this video, go back, watch the lesson number 2, and then return to this video to proceed, guys. But in this case, the main difference is that we include not. We add not to the auxiliary, and they are there's a fusion happening. Yeah, so you can see they are contracted forms of the auxiliary verbs together with not, but they are after the subject. First subject, auxiliary verb, and then action verb in the base form. This is for simple tenses. So let's see some examples. For example, I won't grab a beer. Repeat after me. No, I won't grab a beer. Excellent, very good. And in case we use don't or doesn't, we are using simple present in the negative. For example, my father. My father does not see the dentist. Oh, wow. Ooh, that's critical. Repeat. My father doesn't. Let's use the contract form. My father doesn't see the dentist. Could you repeat that? Okay. My father doesn't see the dentist. Whoa, never? I don't know. He just doesn't. Okay. And this is in the present. I know that it's present because of does. How about did? Let's use did in the negative. She didn't learn Japanese. Repeat, please. Again, she didn't learn Japanese. Remember the pronunciation? Didn't. Again. Excellent. Very good. See, you sound much more natural already. Now, in the perfect tenses, we have or has, not, past perfect had not, and future perfect will not have. Let's use the contract forms only. Let's use the contract form of each of them to create some similar examples now in the perfect tenses. Let's say I haven't seen the dentist this week. This week. Repeat, please. This week, I haven't seen the dentist. Okay, excellent. You will download the exercises. The link is in the description, and you will have the possibility to create some more examples by yourself and practice the use of auxiliary verbs in negatives. Next lesson will be about the verb to be, which is an auxiliary verb too. It's a special verb. So let's understand why it is used for and what it is used for, what are the ways that we use it, and why it is considered a special verb. I'll see you in the next lesson.